This morning, I got my YouTube Music Rewind back, so we're just going to go and check out all the stuff I listened to throughout all of 2023, and hopefully 2024 will have a lot better music I can listen to, especially if Vultures 2 drops, and I know Lil Wayne is, so. But let's just review what I listened to last year, and I can just go more in-depth about it, so. Right, so I'm going to put it right here. My top artists were Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott, and Kid Cudi, and then Kids See Ghosts. But Kids See Ghosts is an album. I don't know why it counts it as an artist, but obviously Kanye is going to be my number one. Kanye has been my favorite artist for like a really, really, really long time. And Kendrick, I've recently got more into Kendrick, probably about like a year ago, probably, when my friend told me to re-listen to some of his music, because I always knew who Kendrick was. It's just I didn't really listen to him all that much. Like, I listened to Humble regularly, but now I've listened to all of his like studio albums and stuff, except for Untitled. I haven't listened to all of that. But aside from that, I mean, I like Kendrick a lot. And as for Travis, I kind of grew up on Astroworld. You know, Astroworld came out right when I was starting to really get into just like listening to music more often and stuff like that. Just having the free will to choose what I listen to and not listen to what my parents put on the radio. And Cudi, I've always loved Cudi since I was a little kid. Man on the Moon was just like a perfect album to me, you know. I think it goes on a bit too long. Maybe if it was like 15 songs instead of 18, it would have been like one of the greatest in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, I really like all these artists, and I was actually kind of surprised I didn't see a little bit of Lil Wayne on there, because I do listen to some of that stuff. So it says that my number one listened to song is Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar, which, you know, it probably makes sense. I have been listening to that a lot over the past year or so, just because it's like a masterpiece of a song, you know. Except I think Yeah is probably a little bit better in my opinion, just because it's like kind of like a chill song, and Count Me Out is just kind of like it's like a hype but also sad song, you know. So, but I mean, yeah, like Count Me Out is just a great song, and I've more recently I have started listening to United in Grief, which is like its counterpart. United in Grief is pretty good too, but I think Count Me Out still takes the cake as my favorite, if not my second favorite Kendrick song. Now, Jail Part 2 actually kind of surprised me, because I do not listen to that song a whole bunch. I would have thought at least Jail 1, you know, I listened to Jail 1 a lot more than I did Jail 2. And also, like, I just listened to a lot more Kanye than Donda, you know? Like, I listen to like a lot more 808s and Dark Fantasy than I do Donda, which, like, I'm surprised like Flashing Lights or something, or like Welcome to Heartbreak isn't my second spot. But, you know, I guess at one point I was bopping Jail Part 2 a lot more than anything else, but I don't remember it. And I think they kind of botched it up a little bit, because I do not at all remember listening to that song all that much. Now, Ghost Town and Guilt Trip makes a lot more sense, because Yeezus and Ye are pretty good albums. I like them more than Donda, which is, I don't know, I just found it really weird how those two were below Jail Part 2. But, I mean, Guilt Trip I listen to all the time, and the transition, the Cudi's part in Guilt Trip is honestly great as shit. Like, probably the most beautiful sounding violin thing I've ever heard. And as for Ghost Town, obviously everybody loves the ending of Ghost Town. It's fucking, I like Ghost Town Part 2 more. I like Free more, which is a very controversial opinion, but I like Free more. But Ghost Town is still a really, really good song. And then we have Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe by Kendrick. I play that song like almost every day, so that makes sense. But I play it a lot more than I play the other ones. Like, I play it consistently every day. Maybe I don't play it back to back as much as I do some of the other songs, but I definitely listen to it like a lot. And I was on a thing where, like, the only time I was in a car, the only song I would play was Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe on repeat, just because it's like a nice and diverse song, you know. So I'm kind of surprised it's not higher up, but it is a great song. Good Kid, Mad City, probably Kendrick's best album. Probably one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion. Well, now it's showing my favorite albums that I listened to this year. Of course, you got Good Kid, Mad City, you got Man on the Moon, To Pimp a Butterfly, Testing. And yeah, those are just really good albums. And it's so crazy to me how Testing got on there, because I only started listening to like Testing like 3 months ago. But I mean, like, the whole album's pretty good, you know, I'm not gonna lie. There are some misses in there, but every album has misses, you know, like Good Kid, Mad City does, To Pimp a Butterfly does, Man on the Moon does, you know. So they're pretty good albums, but I wouldn't say they're my favorites. And then you have Late Registration on there, which Late Registration is a great album. Really good album. I listen to it every day again, not the whole album, but just songs on it, you know. Like Roses is probably my favorite Kanye song on that album, maybe except for that one with Adam Levine. I kind of forgot what it's called, but that one is pretty good too. But that Late Registration is just a goated album, so I don't know why it's not number one, even though my favorite album like of all time is probably Dark Fantasy. But still. It says that my moods were dramatic, reflective, and sad, which, you know, I wouldn't really say that describes me, but maybe it describes my music taste, because I do listen to a lot of 808s, and that's more sad stuff. And reflective would make sense, because To Pimp a Butterfly, and actually, yeah, sad as well, because Man on the Moon. You know, Man on the Moon is kind of like a bit of a story of a sad progression, kind of. I wouldn't really say that, but it's along those lines, I'd say. So I guess that would make sense for my music taste. And that's about everything on my rewind here. But, you know, last night I did find out that Wayne was going to be dropping a new album soon, so that's pretty cool. I found this song right here. It's a pretty good song with Young Thug as well. Like, that kind of surprised me. It's been like almost a decade since they made a song together, so that's pretty hype. But obviously Thug is still in jail or prison. I'm not even sure where he is, but you know, I doubt that it's going to be a Wayne and Thug collab. I think it's just going to be a Wayne and Wheezy collab. But yeah, that's going to be everything for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.